Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast. We're live Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on W4WN.com, Talk4TV.com, and my YouTube channel. And we are so grateful that you are here with us. And today we are going to be talking about from pain to peace, part 2. We're going to continue our discussion from where we left off last week and know that we all have pain. And how do you transform your pain and find peace? Today, discover how to heal your pain so that you can feel serenity. Know peace is possible. Find out how to create tranquility no matter what is happening around you, and learn how you can find the peace to help you create an inspired and empowered life. Sorry about that, everybody. My voice just went out there for a sec. And I want to welcome Allie. Good morning, Allie. And I want to welcome all of you who are listening or viewing live today, or who will be tuning in at a later time. So welcome. As always, you know I love your questions. And really what I want is together to create your inspired and empowered life. I'm your host, Nanci Deutsch, licensed clinical social worker, certified hypnotherapist, and an intuitive breakthrough expert. I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuitive abilities to transform lives, to help you create your inspired and empowered life. So thank you for being here and welcome all. This show is not a replacement for therapy or counseling. It is for educational purposes only. So first, I want to cover questions that came in last week. Because as always, if you have any questions, I want you to be able to ask your questions live. You can ask them on Facebook, on YouTube, and also there's other chat sites you can come on and ask them. And if you want to, you can also email me. So if you're viewing or listening to this at a later time, email me at Nanci, Nanci, NanciDeutsch.com. And the way to get to the website really easily is nancid.me. That's NancID.me. Want to hear your questions. So, questions that came in last week. One of the questions that has come in was, how do we know if we are feeling our actual feelings at the time things are happening? So what I've been talking about in prior weeks is that in order to go from pain to peace, It's about allowing yourself to feel your feelings, to go through them and allow yourself to express them in healthy, appropriate ways, which means not hurting yourself, someone else, or the environment, like destroying property. And so you want to be able to feel your feelings. And so the question is, how do you know what are your actual feelings at the time? And so what I am going to say is, whatever you're feeling in the moment is what you need to start with and go with. Because as soon as you start trying to think, what am I feeling? Maybe it's really this, or maybe it's really that. You've gone from the feeling state to your head. And so allow yourself to feel whatever it is. So if you're feeling fear, you're feeling grief, sadness, if you're feeling anger, allow yourself to breathe and move through it. Just feel whatever that feeling is in the moment. Now, if there's another feeling underneath that needs to surface, don't go, oh my gosh, I'm in another feeling. Just allow. Allow the next feeling to come. It's about moving through the process of being able to feel whatever comes up for you in that moment. So let me give you an example. Thelma came to me and she was feeling really angry. She was feeling this anger, and a lot of anger was coming up for her. And so as we worked in the session, I had her express her anger, to feel her anger, to breathe through it, and allow herself to feel that anger. And so the first feeling she needed to feel was anger. And so she allowed herself to express it, to feel it in a healthy, appropriate way. So she was breathing, and I had her expressing to the person that she was angry at in the session, not in person. I had her being able to express whatever she needed to express in any way she wanted to. And so what ended up happening was she was able to express what she needed to. And then after she felt the anger, she began to become aware of a deep sadness that was right underneath the anger. And she began to get in touch with the sadness, and she started to cry. And so, no, yes, you may have other feelings under the feeling that's happening in the moment, presenting itself. But allowing yourself to go through your process, and it's a journey, it's a process, whether it's in the moment for a few minutes or many minutes, or whether it's going to be your journey for days, or allowing yourself to be whatever you need. Now, I talk about clearing, and clearing in the moment, allowing yourself to move through the energy to clear your feelings and energies in the moment, and allowing yourself to clear your energy on an ongoing basis and going deeper into understanding what you need to clear. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that a little bit later in the show. So I just wanted to share that question. Now, another question is, because we were talking last week about triggers, and I'm going to define a trigger again. The way that I define a trigger, you know that you have been triggered when you are having an emotional reaction to something someone said, or something someone did, or you're having a reaction to a situation in your life. And being able to process and become aware of the trigger, and then be able to move through it and express it. And again, expressing the feeling in a healthy way and understanding what's being triggered. So, first of all, I want to go through, for those of you who may be tuning in today and may not have tuned in before, and also so that we're all on the same page, I'm going to go through my quick Psych 101 lesson. So, your conscious mind is that part of you that joined, that decided to tune in today. Thank you for being here. And your conscious mind is that part of you that makes the conscious decisions. And I mean conscious because you're very aware and present to the decision you are making in the moment. However, your subconscious mind and also your conscious mind empowers you. It empowers you to really take your power back and do what you need to do to help yourself heal and clear. Because in your subconscious mind are behaviors, thoughts, feelings, and they are from the moment you were conceived to present time. So if you have limiting beliefs that are stopping you or keeping you stuck, or emotions you may be aware of or may not be aware of, they are residing in your subconscious mind. Every moment of your life has been recorded in your subconscious mind. And so it's really important learning to be able to know what's going on. And when you get triggered, when you react with an emotion, that's not coming from your conscious mind. It's coming from your subconscious mind. And so it's really important for you to be able to become aware in the moment that you've been triggered and then make the decision. Now, that's your conscious mind, making the conscious decision to work through the trigger so that you can feel and come back to peace. Because when you are in the trigger, you may associate it or feel pain. Or you may say to yourself, this hurts, or I don't like this, or this doesn't feel good, and think, this is too painful. And so what I want to support you in doing is, even if it's painful in the moment, being able to take your time, breathe through it, breathing. In the end, what ends up happening is that you start feeling relief. You start feeling peace once you process through the pain. And that's what happens. So you become aware of that trigger, that reaction. You allow yourself to feel the feeling in the moment, whatever feeling is coming up, in a healthy, appropriate way. So you're not hurting yourself, someone else, or the environment. And then breathing. One of the powerful ways is breathing through the emotion, because that moves the energy. Your breath, your most powerful tool to help you to move through the emotions, to help you to feel more peaceful, to help you calm down in the moment. Breath, using your breath, taking deeper breaths. If you're taking shallow breaths, becoming conscious that you want to take a deeper breath so that you then can start calming your nervous system down. Because that's what happens when you've gotten triggered or you're in a feeling state. And the more intense the feeling, the more you've gotten triggered, the more you want to be able to breathe to calm yourself down. So, and one of the questions that came in last week was, should we confront the cause of the trigger? So here's my question. There's a few answers to that piece. Yes, you want to confront and understand the cause of the trigger. And when you understand the cause, you can then work through it. Now, I am also going to support you that sometimes you may need a coach or a therapist or a counselor to help you move through the trigger, to help you move through it. Maybe it's a support group to help you move through it. Now, you can do it yourself. But what happens is that when you work with someone who is a support person, it can help you move through the trigger more quickly, more easily. And you can actually gain insights and understandings that you may not have had if you didn't have that extra support. So I just wanted to point that out. So, and if you've had a lot of trauma, I am going to encourage you, and you're having, let's say, a lot of challenges being present in the moment, and you're in the past, maybe you have post-traumatic stress disorder, which really means that you're having flashbacks or visions, or you're a lot of what's happening for you is hard for you to keep moving forward because you're feeling stuck by your past. Then you may want to look at a counselor or therapist. If you're having challenges where you really want to move forward, and you may have some challenges because of things that have happened in your past, then that's when you would want to look at getting a coach. So it really depends on where you are to help you to be able to move forward, because ultimately both therapy and coaching will help you move forward, but it's different of the intensity. If you're having intense reactions, I'm going to support you in getting counseling and therapy. So yes, you want to confront your triggers, and if you feel that you can do it by yourself without getting overwhelmed by it, then go for it. However, you may need a therapist, a counselor, or a coach to help you move through those triggers. So that's my just letting you know the possibilities. Because here's the thing, I've done all of it, and I know that, and not only have I done it, but I will also share with you. I've had a lot of trauma. So I'm not only coming from the professional level, I'm coming from the personal level. I know what it's like when you feel that you feel in so much emotion because of trauma. I've been there. I am so grateful for my life now. And yet there were days years ago I would wake up in fear throughout my body. And there was so much fear that I felt almost paralyzed to get out of bed. But I pushed myself to get out of bed and go to work. At that point, I had a job. And so I went to my job. But it took all of my will and effort because I was so stuck in the trauma. And I did a lot of therapy, and I also did a lot of healing work. So I also want to encourage you, you can go to healers too. And but I really want to support you that if you really need that extra support to work through post-traumatic stress disorder, you may need a team. I think, like, I know that I needed a team. I had a therapist, I had healers, I had coaches. So I have used the team approach where I've allowed myself to really get all that support in order to move through my trauma. And I'm going to tell you, it's okay. So I see Misty asked, what should we look for in a healer? Okay. So thank you for that question. And so I'm going to support you in a team approach. Okay. So what you want to look for in a healer is, first of all, you want to know what kinds of, like, if there are certain healing modalities that you're drawn to more than others. I will tell you that healing modalities where there is body centered work or energy work, something along those lines, you want to look for a healer that does those kinds of things. I see there's another. I see there's another question. I'll get to that in a second. So you want to find a healer, and I would support you in researching different healing modalities. Now, you also want to look at a healer. How long have they been a healer? What have they done? Like, here's an example. For example, I consider myself a healer, and I'm also a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I have taken tremendous certifications and modalities so that I have a very holistic approach. And so you want to look at the different kinds of modalities, and then you also want to look at, because, and I'll give you an example of some healing modalities. There's Reiki, there's therapeutic touch, there's cranial sacral, there's, I'm just all kinds of somatic work, body centered work. Those are all different things. So those are some of the things to look at. The way that you know that the healer is for you is when you talk to them on the phone or you meet with them. Now, this is going to be really important because this is learning to trust your intuition. You want to find a healer that you feel safe with, that your body's like, relax. It's like you feel like you can really relax and let go. If you're not feeling safe, and that's why you need to tune into your gut, because your gut knows the truth. Now, your head may counteract that gut feeling and saying, oh, maybe this is just da, 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 da. But I am going to support you in really breathing when you're speaking to a person and feeling how this person feels in your body. Because healers very often use tables, and you want to be able to let go and relax. So that's what I support you in doing. The other thing I want you to know is that if you are a healer or you would like to become a healer, I'm actually going to be starting a training program. And I also am going to have a masterclass. This masterclass is called 3 Keys to Release Your Clients' Resistance and Self-Sabotaging Patterns to help your clients have profound breakthroughs. And it's a free virtual masterclass for coaches, healers, therapists, or people that want to become a healer. And during this masterclass, you will learn the most powerful approach to help your clients to heal. You will learn the number one way to clear energy blocks to help your clients to thrive. And then you'll learn how to master your intuition for quantum success. So if you're interested in this masterclass in any way, I support you in registering for the masterclass. And what you would go to is inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And that's the name of the show, inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And join us if you are a healer or a coach or a therapist or someone who wants to become a healer. Then definitely check out the masterclass, and I'd love to connect with you there. And there's some freebies When you register and if you show up live, you'll get my mini intuitive breakthrough session. So I look forward to connecting with you more. inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. Join me, and I look forward to connecting with you. So that's my healer speech healer. So healers are powerful and really important. And like I said, you need a team. And when you have a lot of healing to do, and I'm going to just tell you, most of us have a lot of healing. It's being on the journey of healing. And it is a journey. It's not a destination. You are powerful, vast beings of light and love and joy and peace. And it's helping you get to more of the truth of who you are so that you can make a bigger difference, have a happy, inspired, and empowered life, and perhaps help others to do that as well. So hopefully, Misty, I answered your question. If you have any other questions about that, let me know. I would love to answer them. Anything else? Now, I know we have another from Country Corners Gazette. There is, can and should you talk with family and friends or an outside source? So if you want to talk to family and friends to get support, you want to make sure your family and friends are a supportive environment. If they are negative or naysayers, that's not going to help you. So yes, you can go to family and friends for support. However, they're not therapists, they're not trained therapists or counselors, and they're not coaches. You cannot use a family or friend as a coach or a therapist or a counselor. It just doesn't work. You can, if you need support sometimes, yes, definitely. But I also encourage you to get an outside support person. Now, also there's groups, there's support groups, there's 12-step programs. So you can also get support through 12-step programs. But I will tell you, from my own experience and from counseling and this blew me away when I figured this out, over 25,000 sessions. Okay? That whether you do a support group or you get support from a counselor, get support from a support group or family and friends, having that extra support of an outside person makes all the difference. And especially when you've had a lot of trauma, it can help you move through that trauma more easily, more quickly, in a more accelerated way. And again, I'm also going to support and let you know that when you work on an energetic level, your body, mind, emotion, spirit, holistic, you will also move through your trauma, move through your feelings, move through and help you to move forward more quickly. And also know, and this is really important for all of you to know, the most important thing is you feel safe with someone, which is also whether it's a coach, a therapist, counselor, or healer. You want to feel that safety, feeling it in your body, giving you that place to land so that you are then able to explore the things that are painful. So I really support you in finding outside supports. And so someone asked last week, how can people cleanse their energy fields so they can relieve the triggers? So one of the ways to cleanse your energy fields and release the triggers is feeling the feelings. and being able to breathe. Use breathing. Remember, I said breathing. Breathing is a powerful tool to help you move through your feelings. And really allowing yourself. Now, I talked about other ways to release the feelings. Because what you want to do is, once you become aware that you have been triggered, once you become aware that there's something that needs healing, that you need to move through, you want to allow yourself to be in that flow and that energy of moving through it. Now, other ways to clear your energy is journaling, and I've talked about that before. There's something called the morning pages that Julia Cameron from her book, The Artist's Way, talked about, where you journal and you just write down whatever comes to you during the course of the day. And then you also want to be able to use and know that the morning pages doesn't have to be in the morning. You can allow yourself to journal any time of day. Some people need to journal before they go to sleep so that you can have a peaceful, restful sleep. That's possible. Then, one of the most powerful tools that I have found, and I'll be talking about this more in my masterclass and the training, is hypnosis. Hypnosis has gotten a bad rap because hypnosis is actually a relaxed state of body and mind where you're able to access the information from your subconscious mind so that you can heal those parts and places and memories that need to be healed to help you to move forward and to feel calmer and more peaceful. Hypnosis, and know that you are, yes. Mickey says most people are afraid of hypnosis. Yes, and I understand that. And that's why, again, you want to find that safe person. Because first of all, hypnosis can be a safe, powerful tool. And you want to know that someone you work with is qualified, certified, and that you have a nice connection with them. You feel that sense of safety. You're tuning into your intuition enough to say, this feels like the right person for me. Now, why I say you want to allow yourself to feel that on a gut level in your body is because your body needs to be relaxed. And in hypnosis, if you're not in a relaxed state of body and mind, then you won't allow yourself to go to the places you need to go in order for you to get the results that you want. And also know in hypnosis that, like when I work with clients in hypnosis, I'm helping them. First of all, they're in control. And I'm going to answer that question in a second. I help them be able to feel safe. They are in control. If they say stop or no, then immediately we don't go there, because and this is really important. The practitioner you want to work with is someone who's going to hear you, someone who listens to you, someone who will hear your no, who you feel safe with. And that's going to be really important. Now, I just got the question. Now you can put up the next question about stage hypnosis. Is the hypnosis they do on stage real? Okay, so yes. Well, there's two answers, because sometimes there is like a stage act or people are set up so that it's not. And there's also real. So let me example, no one could make you quack like a duck, bark like a dog, if on some level you didn't want to. And the people that actually go up on stage when it's not staged, on some level, want to do that. That they are allowing themselves to give up their control in order to do the stage hypnosis. So, yes, and the reason why I particularly don't like stage hypnosis, and nothing against stage hypnotists, but I don't, because it gives people a bad understanding of hypnosis, when hypnosis is such a powerful tool for healing. And again, you want to find the right practitioner. So that's really important. And is it possible to resist hypnosis? Yes, it is possible. So what happens is when you're not feeling safe, or there are people, when you have an active mind, think, and you have an active mind, you may not allow yourself to go to that deeper level until you feel safe enough. And I'm using the word safe. And what I mean by the word safe, so that you all understand, is safe. And this is a really, really important point in any healing, including when you're with yourself, is feeling that energy. What safety means, the way that I define safety, is that you feel comfortable enough or able to relax yourself enough, or to really go to deeper states to relax in order for you to get the healing that you need. And when you feel safe with a person, a healer, a therapist, counselor, or a coach, you're able to feel that state of body and mind, and relaxed state of body and mind. Now, if someone is resisting hypnosis, what happens is they're not able to go to that state because they don't feel safe enough. Now, it may not be that they don't feel safe enough within themselves. And the job of the practitioner is to help that person feel safer. And so that's part of a part of the plan, is to learn how to be able to. Now, can someone be forced into a hypnotic state? The way that people are forced into a hypnotic state is like what you've heard about brainwashing. When you hear about people that are brainwashed, now most practitioners are not brainwashing you. They're not, that's why you want to find someone that you feel like you can trust enough to feel safe. And the way that you get to that place is really trusting your gut. Yes, you can get into an altered state of consciousness through things that are called brainwashing, and that's like cults do that, or torture tactics, but that's not most of practitioners. That's not most of people. So what I really want to support you, and again, what's really important for you as a person seeking help, is for you to take responsibility for your own healing and to find the people that are going to feel safe, there's that word again, and comfortable for you, so that you feel that you can then go to those deeper levels. Okay, so we have Mickey. Mickey says, can the mind be altered under hypnotic state, and how long does the alter last? So, Can the mind, so I want to define. I'm not talking about brainwashing. I don't even like to go there. And again, that's why you want to find your safe place and your safe people that you feel comfortable with. When I want to support someone, when I'm working with a client, having them go into the hypnotic state so that they can then alter and change their subconscious patterns so that they can move forward, so that they can heal. So, for example, what I mean by that is you can allow yourself to get over the fear of change. Your fear, if you feel anxious and you're feeling anxious about something, and I know another question came in, and I want to finish the one that I'm in. So if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling scared, and you want to understand, number one, where the cause is, and number two, work on healing that cause, that's the power of hypnosis. So I'll give you an example. Celia was a client that I work with. And what happened with Celia is she noticed that she had a lot of guilt. And she had a lot of guilt, and she didn't know where all this guilt came from. And what happened was I actually hypnotized, had her go into a hypnotic state, and she became hypnotized. And she got in touch, and we actually went back because I went to where the cause of that guilt was. And she went back to being in the womb. And she began to understand that the cause of her guilt started in the womb. Remember, I said the subconscious mind, every moment you picked up stuff? Well, that's what I'm talking about. And so what we did was we worked on that fetus to heal the fetus so that she can then let go of the guilt. And she began letting go of the guilt. So that's the power of hypnosis, to go back to those places and states and memories to heal. It's profound. I mean, I just love hypnosis. And again, I'm doing this masterclass, and then I'm going to be doing a training program based on that. You can connect with me, definitely find out more. I would love to talk to you and speak with you more about, and either one. So I know more questions are coming in. And what I'm going to do is I want to review what we covered today. We are going to continue this next week because this is an important, powerful topic that needs to be explored and talked about. So next week, we will continue to talk about From Pain to Peace, Part 3. And I will get to the questions that I didn't get to today. I will get to them next week. So we're going to continue this. Now, if anybody's interested in joining my masterclass, so whether you are a coach, a healer yourself, or you want to become a healer, you want to become and understand and become, perhaps learn about hypnosis and even start practicing hypnosis, then you definitely want to enter and come into my masterclass. My masterclass, it's 3 keys to release your clients' resistance and self-sabotaging patterns. It's tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern. And you can register at inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. So if you would like to find out more, definitely sign up. And anybody who shows up live will get a free mini virtual, they'll get a mini intuitive breakthrough session. So I encourage you to join the masterclass. Rebel, can you put the link up again? Inspired and Empowered Living. inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And I hope that you'll join us. And it's again, inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. So I look forward to connecting with you. And again, we'll continue with the questions. We'll continue with From Pain to Peace, Part 3. And I want to wish you all an inspired and empowered day and an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Goodbye for now.